another pro buy this weekend on the Costco. 2 of these.
You got a hydro flask?
Yeah, but it's like the rip-off kind. But you get 2 of them for $18. And look, they have the rubber sleeve on the bottom. They have a little nodule on the top.
Oh, that's nice. How much was that?
2 of these that are huge for $18 at Costco.
I'm going there this week.
They come in different colors too. I'm telling you, I have so many deals.
Too cute. All right, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna put this in our chat. Our FETC services, and anybody can get this. It is in the FETC. I'll put it in the Coaching Collab channel, but it is in the FETC drive. So if you ever are like, okay, what are we actually doing in this venture? It kind of lays out everything. Hannah has started it. It's nice and beautiful and color coordinated. I'll also put it in the chat.
Perfect.
I'll put it in here too for you guys. So we're just really reviewing just kind of like what services we are given to FETC currently, and then just expectations for everybody in this venture so that everybody kind of has a hand in working with all the collab members. A lot of it is and Stephanie and Kristen can attest to that. A lot of it is just really you're mentoring and kind of coaching these other coaches, which is really fun because you learn so much from them. And so it's great. So if you guys could jump in that document, I put it in the chat and I also put it in the channel.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'll just echo, first to say thank you for expressing some form of interest in supporting this. It is not all the time heavy lift, but it's one of those things that at times we do need people to kind of swarm and help out. By the numbers last year, we had 140 people participate in the Coaching Collab, which is essentially the way that we're coaching coaches through this special track that FETC is offering. We've already got 100 people on the wait list to start fresh this year, a new group of people, and we're continuing year 2. And there's some things that are unknown right now because we don't know the platform that we're going to put the modules on, if we're going to keep them just as Nearpods or if we're going to use this new platform. We're in the middle of a month where we have to make some of those decisions, and we're waiting to hear back from FETC about if they're going to be able to fund some of it, because our time commitment last year was much higher than what an in-kind free.
We gave them a lot of free stuff.
Yes, they milked us for all we were worth. So essentially, being part of this crew means that the list of stuff that you see, you would help to do some of these things, like the blogs, like the s'mores, helping to host a webinar, helping to create some module content, though I think we were pretty well down the line on that. And then again, you don't have to come to FETC, but FETC, just so you all know, next year is back in Orlando.
So it's going to be cheaper.
And it's Miami and I did not get along, nor did my guts biome.
Oh my gosh. You said that bar was weird. You're like, this bar is weird. And I was like, I wouldn't drink anything out of there.
And I did, and then I paid the price. I can't determine whether it was the salad or the margarita mix that got me, but something did.
Oh my gosh. So we have...
I thought it was the salad.
I think it was the something. Margarita mix that we had at that.
So guys, we, just like Steph said, it was probably the margarita.
Right.
Probably old. Just like Steph said, we have old cohort members and we have new. And so we've called them cohort 1. And this is just for our sanity, because most of those individuals that are in cohort 1 are either finishing their modules, and they also have already participated in the FETC conference. There are some individuals that are in cohort 1 that will roll into cohort 2, and we'll show you exactly where you can find all the members. But we don't want to show you now because it's a lot. But I'll give you a list of all the members so you can see who they are. But essentially, we have about 220 coaches, assistant directors, technology specialists, directors of technology, media specialists, teachers. I think we even have a student And so we have a lot of individuals that we're constantly working with. And just like Stephanie said, like, this is our list of services. And some things you're going to see on here that we've already completed that probably will repeat again for FETC 2021. But the big thing that we really need everybody to just kind of jump in and sign up on, and I will point them out, are the blogs. Just like Stephanie said, we're just trying to figure out how much they're going to pay into this. But they did let us know that they would like to write blogs. And when we wrote the blogs before, we basically took blogs from Anna and Anna, and we had to rewrite them for a more global audience because their blogs are, hey, coach. We're not writing to coaches for FETC magazine only. We're writing to administrators, we're writing to teachers. So it's a big, wider track. And so those were hard. We put those together over the summer, but if everybody could just take one blog and write it, that would be perfect.
And again, like, it's a wider audience. They're going to be putting those out through like the district administration listserv, which is like principals, superintendents, etc. And I think we thought early on that we could like double dip our internal blog content, but it's just not matching up. You know, we need to have not just, hey, coach, but like, hey, why do I need a coach? And hey, I have coaches, who should support them? Spoiler alert, it's us. Or hey, you know, you're thinking about implementing technology, or you're implementing blended or personalized learning. What are the kinds of services and support that are available out there? Blah, blah, blah. You know, so it's got to always have a little bit of a sales pitch to it, because that's part of how we can see the return on investment of partnering with FETC. If not, and to date, nothing has come of the partnership where I can track a contract line yet. So as much as we're pouring into these CoachingCollab people and they know us by name, and we want to start to customize the SMORE content to be not just, here's what we can do for you, but here you can sign up and get a subscription to on demand. Now, we're waiting to see if FETC can find a sponsor so that they pay us for everybody's subscription to on demand rather than the individual teachers having to pay for it. The moral of the story is we were giving people lots of on-demand sessions and co-planning sessions last year. We are no longer going to do that for free. So either FETC pays or we make it available to the CoachingCollab participants, but we don't have the bandwidth to do things like that for free anymore. So that's just one of the things.
They would probably love if we gave it to them for free.
Well, who doesn't like free? I like free.
And so I know I like free. We're not even sure the amount of articles that they would like us to write. So I just put for team
2 a month, wasn't it?
Yeah, but remember when we just did the quote for them? They didn't specifically. We can say 2 articles per month.
I think in the quote we still put 2 a month.
I think what we do is put a total amount and not put them time bound. Like, let's just say
no, we did 24 is what we quoted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then we need to put 24. What did you say? 24 articles?
Yeah.
Okay. So 2 per month, 24.
The blog is a 2 a month thing, and if we can get with Anna to try and get either those worked on, like especially for the summer, like Stephanie said, as people work on content and stuff, maybe we can take the blogs that will be used later, go ahead and mold them over the summer.
Yeah, like we got to work smarter, not harder on this, and it's not an option over the summer. Like, everyone's going to be blogging, whether they blog for this or whether they blog for ours, and then we're kind of massaging it in the background. We got to just figure that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
And then our s'more, if you guys could click on that s'more link, these are really fun to write. They're easy. We do them monthly just to kind of keep everyone connected within the CoachingCollab, sharing resources with them, sharing whatever Kristen is doing on Twitter.
Just don't delete them.
I know, right?
Somebody got in there and deleted. This is actually a topic list that's linked there, but at the bottom you can see.
Yeah, I added at the bottom. So basically, we will start needing people to create in August, all the way, and I just did all the way up to January. So you guys can just plug your names in there, and then we'll have themes.
I'll have the social media themes done by you can start looking at that stuff in a couple weeks. Hopefully I'll have those themes out for the s'more.
Perfect. And if you're doing the s'more, the only thing is you can just put in the channel, what would you guys like in the Coaching Collab s'more? And then we'll give you some ideas. Sometimes there are things that we have to tell them that month. But typically we just let you put resources in or any raffles that we're doing. If you're creating the s'more, you have to make sure that you link it on here so that the person, it's usually myself or Kristen or Hannah, that is sending out communication to the Coaching Collab. We need that link as well. And then you go ahead and let Anna or Andy know. I think they have a new system, but you have to let them know to update the s'more on the website. So we don't do.
Well, and two, information on the s'more. In February, I put in a ton of information about, the Coaching Collab updates, the fact that we are kind of frozen in February and they can be modules again in March, like that kind of information. But you might have a month in August where you're just like a challenge. Like last year we did what would your superpower be as a coach challenge Twitter, just to get people engaged during like the tough part of the year where they're bogged down with other responsibilities. So sometimes it won't be so information heavy, and it might just be like, hey, this August focused on these things. Here's some ideas and resources. Join this Twitter chat, and that's it. Other months might be like, we have Summer Summit in July. We have this. Register for this. Make sure you're on FETC, like all that stuff. So I will say December and January months will be more like FETC heavy.
Definitely, yeah. So basically, if you're creating the s'more for that month, I would just say create it. But before you start creating it, just in the channel, is there anything specific that needs to be put in the s'more? And we'll tell you specifically if there's specific things. And then we have a s'more account. It's under Chris's name, but it's in the link for all of our passwords and usernames. So please sign up for a month for the s'more. Vlogs, you're going to have to do them regardless if you like them or not. It's not a sign up. Everybody in the venture gets to take one. And then the other big one are the webinars. I updated it at the bottom. The stuff in the middle is more FETC, and if you're not really going to FETC, we won't get into a lot of it. We'll probably kind of fresh that and re-meet again in over the summer and talk about, once we specifically know how much money we have to spend for this venture, we'll go back and review that and talk about the things that we would like to do at FETC 2021. Again, you can help plan all of that. You don't have to actually be there. But the last big thing are the webinars. If you go all the way to the bottom, I just put quarterly webinars. We just had one in February. Kristen and Stephanie did an awesome job. And the webinars are really just a way for us to connect to the Coaching Collab members, to make sure everybody's on the right page, make sure they're doing on their part what they're supposed to be doing, completing the modules, interacting with their personalized learning network, which is something new that they're doing, and just kind of keeping them abreast. And it's just our way of communicating with them in place of an email or on Twitter, because some of them, if you wouldn't know, don't tweet. So it's just another way for us to communicate with them. And typically me, Stephanie, or Kristen, we've done them. So we can tag team with you all and do them. We just don't want to do all of them. They're fun.
May might be like moving into the summer. What you can do, September is like, remember you need to have your stuff done, and then December would just be like, again, what to expect at FETC. So, and
you can do these at your school. You don't have to do them on campus.
Yeah, it's just delivery of information to better support their understanding of where they should be at that time.
In the next s'more or email that we send out for Coaching Collab, can we add in that Facebook group that we made?
Yes,
like a link to
Absolutely.
it?
Yeah, we will. We added that after the s'more was created. I just think I created it on Friday last week, and I got to add some stuff to it.
I was going to tell you, Kristen, if you want help with that, I'm an avid troller of Facebook educational groups and coaching.
Yeah.
So if you want help with that, I'd be happy to like throw you stuff.
Yeah, for sure.